Welcome back to Late Space. It is wonderful that you have arrived here tonight. Perhaps the day has felt long, stretching out behind you with its demands and its noise. Perhaps your mind has been racing, carrying the weight of hours that have already passed. But here, now, none of that matters. You have reached the shore of the evening. You have found a quiet place. Take a moment to simply notice where you are. Notice the surface beneath you. It is holding you up effortlessly, just as the fabric of space-time. Einstein's geometric manifold, curved by the presence of mass and energy, holds the planets and the stars. Your bed supports you now. There is nothing you need to do to earn this support. It is simply there, constant and steady, governed by the inverse square law of gravitational attraction. Allow your eyes to close, or if they are already closed, let them soften. Feel the tiny muscles around your eyelids releasing their tension. The orbicularis oculi, the levator palpebrae superioris. Let them rest. Imagine that the gravity in your room is shifting, becoming slightly lighter, slightly gentler. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw unclenches. The masseter muscle, the temporalis muscle, releasing their grip. Your hands unfurl, the fingers resting loose and open, like dust motes floating in a sunbeam. You are safe here. You are drifting. And tonight, we are going to drift very far. We are going to let your consciousness float upward, past the ceiling, past the clouds, past the thin blue veil of the atmosphere, the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and finally the exosphere, reaching out to 880 kilometers above sea level and into the velvet silence of our home galaxy, the Milky Way. You don't need to focus hard. You don't need to memorize anything. These words are just a stream for you to float upon. If you drift away into sleep at any moment, that is perfect. That is exactly where you are meant to be. Let the darkness of your closed eyes become the darkness of deep space, vast, cooling, and infinitely peaceful. Imagine yourself lifting off gently, not with the roar of a rocket, but with the lightness of a thought. You are rising. The lights of your city, your town, your street are fading below you. They become a grid of glowing amber and white, shrinking, softening, until they are just a faint texture on the dark side of the earth. As you drift higher, the silence deepens. It is a thick, comforting silence. You are floating in the low orbit of your own mind, looking down at the world and looking out at the stars. Breathe in slowly, filling your lungs with the idea of space. Breathe out, releasing the gravity of the day. We are turning our gaze outward now. We are looking into the edge of the disk. From Earth, we see the Milky Way as a spill of milk, a hazy band of light arching across the sky. But from where you are floating now, unburdened by the atmosphere, it is so much more. It is a diamond dust river. It is a slow-moving cloud of light. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy. Classification: SBBC on the Dvorak system. Morphological type: SAB in the updated Hubble sequence. It contains between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. 100 billion, 400 billion. Let those numbers settle on you like snow. Each number is a weight. Each star is a point of light you will never visit, never name, never know. And that is fine. That is perfect. The galaxy measures approximately 100,000 light-years in diameter. 100,000 light-years. That is 946 trillion kilometers. 946 trillion kilometers. The number is so large it loses meaning. It becomes a mantra. 946 trillion. Let it echo in your mind. Let it dissolve into sound. Your body feels weightless, just as the stars themselves are weightless, suspended in the void. You are drifting through the Orion Spur. This is our local neighborhood. It is a quiet place. We do not live in the chaotic, crowded center of the galaxy. We live here, in the suburbs, in a calm eddy of the great cosmic river. The Orion Spur is also called the Orion Arm, or the Orion Cygnus Arm, or the local arm. It is a minor structure, a small branch connecting two major spiral arms. It is approximately 3,500 light-years across. 3,500 light-years. And 10,000 light-years in length. 10,000 light-years. We are floating in a structure that is incomprehensibly vast, and yet it is considered minor in the galactic architecture. This is where the sun resides. This is where Earth resides. This is where you reside. 26,000 light-years from the Galactic Center. 26,000 light-years. That distance is called R0 in astronomy. The solar circle. The radius of our orbit. Think of the Sunday, not the bright, blinding ball you see in the daytime sky, but the sun as a star, a lonely, glowing sphere moving through the dark. You are drifting alongside it now. The sun is a G-type main sequence star. Spectral classification G2V. The G means it is yellow. The 2 means it is slightly hotter than the middle of the G range. The V means it is a dwarf star, a main sequence star burning hydrogen in its core. Let's slow down and chant the spectral sequence. The full classification of stars, from hottest to coolest: O, B, A, 1, G, K, M, O, B, A, F, G, K, M. These letters are a ladder of temperature. O-type stars burn at 30,000 Kelvin or more, blazing blue giants. M-type stars burn at only 3,000 Kelvin, cool red embers. The sun sits in the middle, at 5,778 Kelvin. 5,700. 78. A comfortable warmth. The sun is moving, and it is carrying Earth, and you along with it. We are cruising at 230 kilometers per second. 230 kilometers every second. That is 828,000 kilometers every hour. 828,000. That sounds fast, doesn't it? But out here, in the vastness, it feels like stillness. It feels like a slow, lazy drift on a calm ocean. You can feel that motion in your own body. A gentle forward momentum. We are circling the heart of the galaxy. It takes 225 million years to complete just one circle. 225 million years. One single galactic year. Also called a cosmic year. Let your mind wander back to the last time we were in this part of the circle. 225 million years ago. Your eyes are heavy, imagining that deep time. The Earth was different then. The continents you know, Asia, the Americas, Africa, they were mashed together into a great landmass called Pangaea. The Atlantic Ocean did not exist. The dinosaurs were just beginning to wake up. The Triassic period was beginning. And now we are here again. We have traveled a full circle, and in all that time, the galaxy has just been turning, slowly, silently, like a great wheel in the night. Feel the comfort of that repetition. The galaxy is not in a hurry. It has time. It has so much time. And so do you. There is no rush to get to the next moment. There is only this long, slow orbit. You are simply a passenger on this ancient carousel, watching the stars go by. The galaxy rotates differentially. This means that the inner parts rotate faster than the outer parts. It is not a solid disk, it is a fluid. Near the center, stars complete an orbit in just a few million years. Out here, where we are, it takes 225 million. And further out, in the halo, the ancient globular clusters take even longer. The rotation curve flattens. This is one of the pieces of evidence for dark matter. The outer stars are moving too fast. They should fly away. But they don't. Something invisible is holding them in place. As you drift deeper into relaxation, you might notice a gentle swaying sensation, like a boat on a lake. This is not your imagination. This is real. As the sun orbits the galaxy, it doesn't move in a straight line. It bobs. It drifts up above the galactic plane, and then it sinks down below it. Up and down, a cosmic wave. This motion is called the vertical oscillation. The sun moves perpendicular to the plane of the galaxy. The amplitude of this oscillation is approximately 230 light-years. 230 light-years above the plane. 230 light-years below. The period of this oscillation, the time it takes to complete one full up and down cycle, is approximately 70 million years. 70 million years. 70 million years. Right now, as you lie in your bed, you are riding this wave. The solar system is currently drifting just above the center line of the galaxy. We are approximately 90 light-years above the galactic midplane. 90 light-years. In a few million years, we will sink below it again. It is a rhythm, a heartbeat. Visualize that motion. A slow rise and a slow fall. A slow rise and a slow fall. Match your breathing to it. Inhale as you rise above the plane of stars. Exhale as you sink back down into the warmth of the disk. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sinking. Your body is heavy, sinking into the mattress. Just as the sun sinks into the gravity of the disk, it is a comforting heaviness. The gravity of the galaxy is cradling you. You are part of this massive breathing system. Let's drift further out now. Let's float away from the sun, moving silently through the interstellar space of our neighborhood. It is dark here, but it is a peaceful darkness. It is not empty. You are floating through a sea of incredibly thin gas. The interstellar medium. The interstellar medium is composed primarily of hydrogen. 70% hydrogen, 28% helium, 2% heavier elements, what astronomers call metals, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, iron, silicon, magnesium. The density of this gas is extraordinarily low. In the regions between stars, there is approximately 1 atom per cubic centimeter. 1 atom per cubic centimeter. For comparison, the air you are breathing right now contains approximately 10 to the power of 19 molecules per cubic centimeter, 10 quintillion molecules. So, the interstellar medium is not quite a vacuum, but it is close. It is a whisper of matter, a ghost of substance. Imagine the air in your room is this interstellar medium. Cool, still, quiet. In this space between stars, the noise of the universe drops away. There is no sound here, no wind, just the feeling of presence. You might see, in the distance, a faint glow. That is a nebula, a cloud of gas where stars are born. But here, where we are drifting, the stars are old and quiet. They are like distant lanterns, spaced light years apart. Consider the distance, 4.2 to 4 light years to the next star. That is Proxima Centauri, the closest stellar neighbor to the Sunday, 4.2 to 4 light years. That is 40 trillion kilometers. 40 trillion kilometers of silence, of peace. The average distance between stars in the Orion Spur is approximately 5 light years. 5 light years. In the denser regions near the core, stars can be separated by as little as 1 light year. But here, in the suburbs, there is space, there is room, there is quiet. Your mind can expand into that space. There are no walls here, no deadlines, no emails, no alarms, just the endless, velvet dark. Your eyes might be flickering, trying to see the stars, but they are so far away, it is easier to let them blur, to let the points of light smudge into soft streaks, to let the visual world fade away until there is only the feeling of floating. We are moving outward toward the edge of the galaxy. The Milky Way is not a perfect, flat plate. It is warped. Imagine a vinyl record left in the sun, or a sheet of paper caught in a breeze. The edge of the galaxy curls up on one side and curls down on the other. It is a shape made by gravity and history. The galactic warp is most pronounced at the outer edges. The northern edge of the disk bends upward by approximately 5,000 light years. 5,000 light years. The southern edge bends downward by a similar amount. This creates an shaped profile when viewed from the side. The cause of this warp is gravitational interaction. The Milky Way is not alone. It is being tugged on by its satellite galaxies. The large Magellanic Cloud, the small Magellanic Cloud. These dwarf galaxies orbit the Milky Way, and their gravity distorts our disk. As we drift toward the outer rim, you can feel this curve. It is like the curve of your pillow, or the curve of your spine as you curl up in bed. The galaxy is not rigid, it is flexible, it yields. Yielding is a good word for tonight. You are yielding to sleep. Just as the galaxy bends under the influence of its neighbors, the Magellanic Clouds, you are bending under the influence of sleep. The stars here at the edge are sparse. The sky is blacker. The silence is deeper. You are floating on the rim of the Great Wheel, looking out into the intergalactic void. The edge of the Milky Way's disk is not sharply defined. It gradually fades. The stellar density decreases exponentially as you move outward. The scale length, the distance over which the stellar density drops by a factor of E, which is approximately 2.7. 1/8 is about 3,000 light years in the inner disk, and 5,000 light years in the outer disk. 3,000, 5,000, the numbers blur together. they become a hum. It looks lonely out there, but it is not. It is quiet. It is the quiet of a house at 3 o'clock in the morning when everyone else is asleep. It is the quiet of a library after closing time. It is a sanctuary. You can rest here on the edge. You can watch the great spiral arms turning beneath you. They are moving so slowly that they appear motionless, like the hands of a clock that you cannot see moving, but you know, deep down, time is passing. Surrounding us, surrounding you, is the halo. We cannot see it with our eyes. It is made of dark matter. It is a vast, invisible sphere that encases the entire galaxy. The dark matter halo extends far beyond the visible disk. Current estimates suggest it reaches out to approximately 600,000 light years from the Galactic Center. 600,000 light years. Some models extend it even further to 900,000 light years, or even 1 million light years. The mass of the dark matter halo is staggering. The total mass of the Milky Way, including stars, gas, dust, and dark matter, is estimated to be between 1 trillion and 1.5 trillion solar masses. 1 trillion, 1.5 trillion. Let those numbers settle on your chest. Feel their weight. Of this total mass, only about 10% is ordinary matter. Stars, gas, dust. The remaining 90% is dark matter, invisible, undetectable, except through its gravitational effects. Think of it like a cocoon, or a womb, or the heavy quilt pulled up to your chin. This invisible matter holds everything together. You don't need to understand the physics of it tonight. The leading candidates for dark matter particles include WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles, and axions. These particles, if they exist, pass through ordinary matter without interaction. They are ghosts. They are everywhere and nowhere. You only need to feel its embrace. Imagine that the darkness in your room is this dark matter. It is heavy, but it is not crushing. It is a supportive weight. It is holding the atmosphere of the room together. It is holding the quiet in place. You are wrapped in the halo. It is shielding you from the chaotic universe outside. Inside the halo, there is you, drifting, safe and warm. Drifting through this halo are the ancient ones, the globular clusters. Picture them in your mind's eye, but softly. Don't strain. Just imagine a ball of light, a soft, fuzzy sphere made of hundreds of thousands of stars. The Milky Way contains approximately 150 known globular clusters. 150. Some estimates place the total number at closer to 200, with many hidden behind the dust and gas of the galactic disk. These clusters are very old. They were born when the universe was young. Most globular clusters in the Milky Way are between 10 and 13 billion years old. 10 billion, 13 billion. The universe itself is only 13.8 billion years old. They glow with a warm amber light, gold and orange and deep red. This is because they are metal poor. Their chemical composition reflects the primordial universe, mostly hydrogen and helium, with only trace amounts of heavier elements. Astronomers measure metallicity using a notation called F divided by H, which compares the iron content of a star to that of the Sunday. The Sun has F divided by H equals 0. Globular cluster stars typically have Phi, H, values ranging from -1 to -2.5, -1, minus 2.5. This means they have 1/10 to 1/300th the iron content of the Sunday. Let's name a few of these clusters. Let their names roll through your mind like a chant. Omega Centauri, 47 Tucanae, Messier 13, also called the Great Globular Cluster in Hercules, Messier 15, in the constellation Pegasus, Messier 3, in Canes, Venatici, NGC 6397, NGC 6752, Omega Centauri, 47 Tucanae, Messier 13, Messier 15, Messier 3. The names are a lullaby, a soft repetition. Let them wash over you. These clusters orbit far away from the busy disk. They drift in long, lazy loops that take hundreds of millions of years to complete. Their orbits are highly elliptical. They plunge through the galactic plane, then arc high into the halo, then plunge back down again. Imagine you are one of these stars. You are not in a rush. You have been burning quietly for 12 billion years. You have seen galaxies merge. You have seen nebulae dissipate. You have seen everything, and you are tired. You are content to simply float in the halo, glowing softly, keeping your warmth to yourself. Your heart rate is slowing down, matching the slow pulse of these ancient stars. Your breathing is deep and rhythmic, like the orbit of a cluster, in and out, drifting and turning. The amber light of the cluster is warm on your face. It feels like the last rays of a sunset, just before the twilight takes over. The kind of light that makes your eyelids feel heavy. The kind of light that signals the end of the day. You are so far from Earth now. The problems of tomorrow are millions of light years away. They cannot reach you here. Here, there is only the slow rotation, the gentle warp, the invisible embrace. Your body is barely there anymore. It is just a concept, a warm sensation in the sheets. You are a consciousness floating in the Orion spur, bobbing up and down on the galactic tide. We are going to drift inward soon, toward the center. But not yet. For now, stay here in the quiet suburbs. Stay here in the silence between the stars. Feel the peace of the vacuum. It is not cold, it is cool. The temperature of the interstellar medium in the low-density regions is approximately 10,000 Kelvin. 10,000 Kelvin. This may sound hot, but because the density is so low, 1 atom per cubic centimeter, there is almost no thermal energy transfer. It would feel cool, refreshing. It washes over your tired mind, smoothing out the wrinkles of the day. You are part of the Milky Way. You are made of its dust, the carbon in your cells, the oxygen in your lungs, the calcium in your bones. All of it was forged in the cores of stars that lived and died billions of years ago. You are moving with its motion. You are home, drifting, floating, sleeping. You are still drifting. You are still weightless. The silence of the Orion spur, our quiet little neighborhood, is behind you now. We are moving deeper. Your breath is steady. Your heart is a slow, rhythmic drum in the quiet of the room. You have left the emptiness of the local void, and you are approaching something vast, something soft. Ahead of us lies one of the great structures of the galaxy, a spiral arm. The Milky Way contains 4 major spiral arms and several minor arms. Let us name them now, slowly, Like a chant, the Scutum Centaurus arm, the Norma arm, the Sagittarius arm, the Perseus arm, and the minor arms, the Orion spur, where we were, the Carina Sagittarius arm, also called the Carina Sagittarius minor arm, Scutum Centaurus, Norma, Sagittarius, Perseus, Orion, Carina. These are the great rivers of the galaxy, the places where the stars gather, where the gas condenses, where the nebulae bloom. From a distance, they look like solid bands of light. But as we drift closer, you see them for what they truly are. They are gatherings. They are places where the galaxy pulls its blankets tight. Imagine a river that widens and slows down. The water becomes deep, dark, and still. That is what a spiral arm is. It is a region where the stars move more slowly. They linger here. They relax here. As you float toward this great arm, feel your own body slowing down to match it. The frantic pace of the outside world, the rushing, the striving, the noise does not exist here. Here, everything moves at the speed of a drifting cloud. Your thoughts are slowing down. They are becoming less like sharp lines and more like soft waves. You are entering the density. You are entering the comfort. The spiral arm is not a wall. It is a wave, a gentle, invisible ripple of gravity moving through the disk of the galaxy. This is called the density wave theory, proposed by C. Lin and Frank Hsu in the 1960s, 1964, 1966. The theory states that the spiral arms are not material structures. They are not fixed objects. They are patterns. They are regions where the density of stars and gas is temporarily higher. The material flows through the pattern, like cars slowing down at a traffic jam. The density wave rotates around the galaxy at a different speed than the stars themselves. The pattern speed is approximately 20 kilometers per second. 20 kilometers per second. The stars, meanwhile, orbit at 230 kilometers per second. 230. So the stars catch up to the wave, slow down as they pass through it, and then speed up again as they exit. This compression triggers star formation. The gas clouds in the arms are squeezed. They collapse. They ignite. Think of it like a breeze moving through a field of tall grass. The grass bends, clumps together for a moment, and then releases. We are entering that clump now. The stars around you are getting closer together, not crowded, just cozy. They are gathering around you like friends around a dying fire. The light is warmer here. The darkness is deeper. You can feel this density in your muscles. It is a heavy sensation, a good heaviness. The kind of heaviness you feel after a warm bath or after a long walk in the winter air when you finally sit down. Your legs feel heavy. Your arms feel heavy. The blanket covering you feels like it has gained a little bit of weight. It is pressing you down, gently, into the mattress. This is the gravity of the spiral arm. It is holding you. It is saying, stay here, rest here. There is nowhere else you need to go. Allow yourself to sink into this density. Let the mattress absorb the weight of your spine. Let the pillow absorb the weight of your thoughts. The galaxy is wrapping its great arm around you, tucking you into the night. Drifting deeper into the arm, the light begins to change. The sharp pinpoints of the stars are softening. They are being veiled. We are entering a giant molecular cloud. These are the titans of the Milky Way, enormous, silent mountains of gas and dust. They span hundreds of light years. They are the biggest things in the galaxy, and they are also the quietest. A typical giant molecular cloud contains between 10,000 and 10 million solar masses of material. One solar mass equals 1.989 times 10 to the power of 30 kilograms. 1.989 times 10 to the 30th. The numbers are too large to hold in your mind. Let them slip away like water. The temperature inside these clouds is extraordinarily cold. Approximately 10 to 20 Kelvin, 20 Kelvin. That is minus 263 degrees Celsius, minus 441 degrees Fahrenheit. It is the cold of deep space, the cold of the void. But this cold is not sharp, it is preserving. It is a stillness so profound that it freezes time itself. Imagine walking into a thick fog. The world disappears. The sound disappears. All you can see is a soft, grey mist swirling around you. That is where you are now. Visualize this mist filling your room. A soft, dark vapor that smells like rain and old stars. It swirls around your bed. It dampens every sound. If a car drives by outside, the sound is muffled, distant, unimportant. If the house creaks, it is just the nebula settling. You are cocooned in this cloud. It is a shield. It blocks out the harsh light of the universe. It blocks out the demands of the day. Inside the cloud, it is just you and the dark. The chemical composition of these clouds is fascinating. Molecular hydrogen, H2. This makes up approximately 70% of the cloud by mass. Carbon monoxide, CO. This is the second most abundant molecule. Astronomers use it as a tracer to map the clouds. Water, H2O. Ammonia, NH3. Formaldehyde, H2CO. Methanol, CH3OH. Ethanol, C2H5OH. Yes, alcohol, floating in space, hydrogen cyanide, HCN, acetylene, C2H2, and many, many more. Over 200 different molecules have been detected in interstellar space. 200. Each one a tiny chemical poem written in the dark. H2, co.H2O, NH3, H2, co.CH3, OHCN, C2H2. Let the formulas echo. Let them become a chant, a chemical lullaby. Within this gas, there is dust. In astronomy, dust is not dirt. It is not the stuff you sweep off a shelf. It is precious. It is tiny grains of carbon, silicon, and ice. It is the stuff of diamonds and snowflakes. The dust grains are incredibly small, typically between 0.0 to 1 and 1 micrometer in diameter. 0.0 to 1 micrometer. That is 1/1,000,000th of a meter, 0.00001 meters. They are composed of various materials: silicates, silicon dioxide, magnesium silicate, carbonaceous material, graphite, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons PAHs, ice mantles containing water, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide. These dust grains drift together to form thick, dark currents. Astronomers call them dust lanes. They look like silhouettes against the stars, great dark rivers flowing through the light. Imagine pulling a heavy velvet curtain across a bright window. The light is instantly cut off. The room becomes dim and restful. The dust is that curtain. It absorbs the ultraviolet glare of the hot stars outside. It creates a pocket of shadow. The extinction caused by dust is wavelength dependent. Blue light is scattered and absorbed more efficiently than red light. This is why the dust lanes appear dark at optical wavelengths, but glow faintly at infrared wavelengths. The infrared light passes through. Let your eyelids feel like those heavy velvet curtains. They are sliding shut. They are blocking out the visual world. Behind your eyes, it is dark. It is the comfortable darkness of the dust lane. You are hidden here. No one can see you. No one is watching. You are invisible in the mist. You have total privacy to let go, to let your mouth hang open slightly, to let your breathing find its own natural, sleep-filled rhythm. In, filling with the mist. Out, sinking into the shadow. Deep inside these dark clouds, something miraculous is happening. Something very slow and very gentle. This is a stellar nursery. This is where stars are born. But star birth is not violent, not at first. It begins with a hug. Gravity begins to pull the gas together. A large pocket of hydrogen, spanning light years, begins to shrink. It folds in on itself. It gets smaller and denser and warmer. Imagine you are that pocket of gas. You are curling up. You are pulling your knees to your chest. You are wrapping your arms around yourself. You are gathering your warmth. Deep in the center of the cloud, a protostar is forming. It is not yet a sun. It doesn't shine with fire yet. It glows with a dull, warm red heat. It is a sleeping giant, gestating in the dark. The process of star formation follows the Jeans criterion. The critical mass for gravitational collapse. The Jeans mass depends on the temperature and density of the cloud. For a typical molecular cloud at 10 Kelvin, the Jeans mass is approximately 1 solar mass. 1 solar mass, 1.989 times 10 to the 30th kilograms. When a clump of gas exceeds the Jeans mass, gravity overcomes the internal pressure. The cloud begins to contract. Slowly. Over the course of 100,000 years. 100,000 years. As the cloud contracts, it heats up. The gravitational potential energy is converted into thermal energy. The core temperature rises. 10 Kelvin becomes 100 Kelvin. 100 becomes 1,000. 1,000 becomes 10,000. But we are only at the beginning. The protostar is still hidden, buried deep in the cocoon of dust. Can you feel that warmth? It is the warmth of your own body, trapped under the duvet. The heat is radiating from you, but the blanket, the dust cloud, keeps it close. It cycles back to you. You are a star in the making. You are in the womb of the galaxy. There is nothing to do here but grow. There is nothing to do here but exist. The galaxy is feeding you. It is protecting you. It is waiting, with infinite patience, for you to be ready. As we drift past the center of the nursery, the colors begin to bloom. Nebulae are not just gray. They are painted with light. The light comes from ionized gas. Hydrogen, when ionized by ultraviolet radiation, emits light at a specific wavelength, 656.3 nanometers. 656.3 nanometers. This is called the H-alpha emission line. It is a deep, rich red. Oxygen emits green light at 501 nanometers, 501 nanometers, and blue-green light at 496 nanometers, 496. Sulfur emits red light at 672 nanometers. Nitrogen emits red light as well, 658 nanometers. 658. Let the wavelengths wash over you. 656.3, 501, 496, 672, 658. Imagine a soft, violet glow permeating the mist. It is the color of twilight, the color of deep sleep. Then, a ribbon of deep indigo, a wash of rose pink. These colors are not bright. They are pastel. They are hazy, like a watercolor painting left out in the rain. They blend into one another without sharp edges. See these colors behind your closed eyes. A slow pulse of purple, a slow drift of blue. They are cool colors, calming colors. They wash over your mind like water. They rinse away the sharp, frantic thoughts of the day, leaving only a smooth, colored silence. We are floating past the Lagoon Nebula now. Messier 8, also called NGC 6523, located in the constellation Sagittarius, approximately 4,000 light-years from Earth. 4,000 light-years. Can you see it? A vast lagoon of black space, surrounded by glowing shores of hydrogen gas. It looks like a cave made of light. We are drifting into that cave, deeper and deeper. The walls of the cave are glowing softly. The floor of the cave is made of cloud. You lie down on that floor. It supports you perfectly. It contours to your shape. Rising out of the mist are the pillars, great towers of cold gas, standing tall against the starlight. They look like statues, like guardians. The most famous of these pillars are in the Eagle Nebula, Messier 16, NGC 6611. Located approximately 7,000 light-years from Earth. 7,000 light-years. The pillars of creation, as they are called, are columns of hydrogen and dust. They are approximately 4 to 5 light-years tall. 4, 5 light-years. That is 37 trillion kilometers. 37 trillion. They are being sculpted by the intense ultraviolet light from nearby young stars. The radiation erodes the surface of the pillars, but the densest knots resist. They cast shadows, long, dark fingers stretching into the void. Inside these pillars, new stars are forming. Evaporating gaseous globules, EGGs, are tiny pockets of gas dense enough to collapse. They are the seeds of future suns. The pillars are motionless. They have stood there for 1,000,000 years, and they will stand there for 1,000,000 more. Actually, this is not quite true. Recent observations suggest that the pillars may have already been destroyed by a supernova shockwave approximately 6,000 years ago. But because they are 7,000 light-years away, we will not see their destruction for another 1,000 years. So in our sky, they still stand. Frozen in the past, feel that stability. You can borrow their stillness. You can plant your own stillness like a pillar in the dark. Your legs are pillars, heavy and unmoving. Your torso is a pillar, solid and deep. Your head is resting on the foundation of the night. The stars sparkle faintly around the edges of the pillars, but they do not disturb them. Thoughts may sparkle faintly around the edges of your mind, but they do not disturb you. You are too heavy. You are too ancient. You are made of the same stuff as the stars. Let's name more nebulae. Let the names roll through your mind. The Orion Nebula, Messier 42, 1,344 light-years away. The Carina Nebula, NGC, 3,372, 7,500 light-years away. The Trifid Nebula, Messier 20, 5,200 light-years away. The Horsehead Nebula, Barnard 33, 1,500 light-years away. The Helix Nebula, NGC 7,293, 650 light-years away. Orion, Carina, Trifid, Horsehead, Helix. Each name is a stone dropping into the water of your mind, ripples spreading out, fading, gone. The spiral arm is a blanket, the nebula is a blanket, the dust lane is a blanket, the atmosphere of Earth is a blanket, the roof of your home is a blanket, the sheet covering you is a blanket. Layer upon layer upon layer of protection. You are buried deep beneath these layers. You are so safe. You are so hidden. Gravity is pulling the blankets tight, tucking them in under your chin, tucking them in under your feet. The gravitational constant, G, is 6.67430 times 10 to the power of minus 11, 6, 6, 7, 4, 3, 0 times 10 to the minus 11 Newton meters squared per kilogram squared. This is the strength of gravity. It is a very small number. Gravity is the weakest of the four fundamental forces, weaker than electromagnetism, weaker than the strong nuclear force, weaker than the weak nuclear force. But gravity is persistent. It acts over infinite distances. It adds up. The gravity of every star in the galaxy, the gravity of every atom of gas, the gravity of all the dark matter in the halo. It all adds up to create this vast, invisible web that holds everything in place. You are a precious thing that needs to be kept warm. The galaxy understands this. The universe is vast and cold, but here, in this pocket, in this bedroom, in this spiral arm, it is warm. Feel the edges of your consciousness beginning to fray. The words I am speaking are becoming less like sentences and more like sound, just a vibration. You don't need to follow the story anymore. We are just drifting through the pink mist. We are just floating in the heavy soup of the stars. We are nearing the end of the nebula now. But we are not going back to the empty space. We are moving towards something even deeper. Ahead of us, the stars are getting brighter, but also older. Let us name the processes happening inside a star. In the core of a star, hydrogen nuclei protons are fused together to create helium. This is the proton-proton chain reaction. Step 1. Two protons collide. They fuse to form deuterium. One proton and one neutron. A positron is emitted, and a neutrino. Step 2. The deuterium nucleus collides with another proton. They fuse to form helium-3, two protons and one neutron. A gamma ray is emitted. Step 3. 2 helium-3 nuclei collide. They fuse to form helium-4. 2 protons and 2 neutrons. 2 protons are released. Hydrogen, deuterium, helium-3, helium-4. The mass of the final products is slightly less than the mass of the initial reactants. The missing mass has been converted into energy. E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. The speed of light, c, is 299,792,458 meters per second. 299,792,458. The energy released by fusing 4 hydrogen atoms into 1 helium atom is 26.7 mega-electron volts. 26.7 MeV. This energy radiates outward. It takes approximately 100,000 to 1 million years for a photon to travel from the core of the sun to the surface. 100,000, 1 million years. The photon bounces. It is absorbed and re-emitted. Absorbed and re-emitted. Trillions upon trillions of times. A random walk through the dense plasma, but eventually it escapes. It bursts out into space, and 8 minutes later it reaches Earth. 8 minutes. But for now, stay in the cloud a little longer. Feel the moisture of the mist on your skin. Feel the silence in your ears. It is a thick silence, a silence that has weight. Let it press down on your eyelids. Let it press down on your chest. You are drifting. You are dissolving. You are mist. You are dust. You are asleep. Drifting. Floating. Sleeping. Slowly, very slowly, the mist begins to thin. The thick velvet curtains of the nebula are drawing back. The pink and violet clouds are drifting behind us, fading into the distance like a storm that has passed in the night. We are emerging into the clear. But it is not the empty darkness we left behind in the suburbs. Look around you. The sky has changed. We have drifted closer to the center of the galaxy. Here, the stars are no longer lonely, points of light separated by miles of darkness. Here, the stars are a sea. You are floating in an ocean of light. It is brighter here, but it is not a harsh brightness. It is a soft, diffused glow. Imagine walking into a room lit only by hundreds of candles. The light is everywhere, but it has no sharp edges. It bathes you. It warms you. The air around you feels different. It feels thicker, richer. You are entering the old disk, the thick disk. This is a distinct population of stars that sits above and below the main galactic plane. The thick disk has a scale height of approximately 1,000 light years. 1,000 light years. Compared to the thin disk, which has a scale height of only 300 light years. 300. The stars here are ancient. They have been burning for billions of years, settling into a deep, steady rhythm. The average age of stars in the thick disk is approximately 10 billion years. 10 billion years. Feel that steadiness. These stars are not in a hurry to burn out. They are pacing themselves. You can pace yourself too. There is no rush to finish this sleep. There is only the long, golden night. Notice the color of the light. In the outer arms, the stars were blue and white, young, hot, energetic. Spectral types O, B, A. But here, in the inner galaxy, the stars are gold, orange, deep red, spectral types G, K, M. Let's review the spectral sequence again. Let it become a mantra. O-type stars. Surface temperature 30,000 to 50,000 Kelvin. 30,000, 50,000. Color blue. B-type stars. Surface temperature 10,000 to 30,000 Kelvin. 10,000, 30,000. Color blue-white. A-type stars. Surface temperature 7,500 to 10,000 Kelvin. 7,500, 10,000. Color white. F-type stars. Surface temperature 6,000 to 7,500 Kelvin. 6,000, 7,500. Color yellow-white. G-type stars. Surface temperature 5,200 to 6,000 Kelvin. 5,200, 6,000. Color yellow, like the Sunday. K-type stars. Surface temperature 3,700 to 5,200 Kelvin. 3,700, 5,200. Color orange. M-type stars. Surface temperature 2,400 to 3,700 Kelvin. 2,400, 3,700. Color red. O, B, A, F, G, K, M. The mnemonic device, Oh, be a fine girl, kiss me, or Oh, be a fine guy, kiss me, or any variation. The letters are what matter. O, B, A, F, G, K, M. These are the red giants and the orange dwarfs. They are cooler, they are gentler. Let this golden light wash over your face. Imagine it as the light of a setting sun, that specific moment when the day turns into evening and the world turns gold. It warms your eyelids, it warms your chest, it warms your hands resting open on the bed. This is the color of nostalgia, the color of home. You are floating through a neighborhood that has existed since before the earth was born. It is permanent. It is waiting for you. Allow your mind to bask in this amber glow. It is soothing to the eyes. It signals to your brain that the work is done. The blue light of screens and daylight is gone. Only the firelight of the stars remains. The color temperature of the light here is approximately 3,000 to 4,000 Kelvin. 3,000, 4,000 Kelvin. This is the color temperature of a candle flame, of a tungsten bulb, of a campfire. It is the color of rest. As you drift through this golden sea, you notice something special. Most of the stars here are not alone. They are pairs, binary stars. Two suns, locked in gravity's embrace, circling each other forever. It is estimated that approximately 50 to 60% of all stars are part of binary or multiple star systems. 50. This means that single stars, like our Sun, are actually in the minority. Look at a pair off to your left. 2 points of light. One is large and orange, a K-type giant. The other is small and white, an A-type dwarf. Watch them move. They are dancing, slowly, gracefully, round and round, over and under. Let's describe their motion mathematically. They orbit a common center of mass, the barycenter. The position of the barycenter depends on the masses of the two stars. If star 1 has mass m1 and star 2 has mass m2, and they are separated by a distance d, then the distance of star 1 from the barycenter, r1, is r1 equals d times m2 divided by m1 plus m2. And the distance of star 2 from the barycenter, r2, is r2 equals d times m1 divided by m1 plus m2, r1, r2, m1, m2, d. The equations are a lullaby. Let them flow through your mind like water. The orbital period, p, is determined by Kepler's third law. P squared equals 4p squared divided by gm1 plus m2 times d cubed. P squared, 4pi squared, g m1 plus m2, d cubed. Let your eyes follow their movement. It is a pendulum, a cosmic hypnosis. Tick, tock, light, shadow. Sync your breathing to this dance. Inhale as the small star rises. Exhale as it dips below. It is a waltz that takes 100 years to complete one turn, or 1,000 years, or 10,000. Binary systems have orbital periods ranging from hours to millions of years. Hours, millions, years. They never let go of each other. Gravity holds them together across the void. Just as gravity holds you to the earth, you are held. You are tethered. You are not drifting away. You are dancing in place, round and round, slower and slower. The rhythm of the stars is becoming the rhythm of your sleep. Let's name some famous binary systems. Let the names settle on you, Sirius A and Sirius B. The brightest star in the night sky, accompanied by a white dwarf. Orbital period, 50.1 years. Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B. Our nearest stellar neighbors, orbiting each other with a period of 79.9 years. Mizar and Alcor. The famous double star in the handle of the Big Dipper. Actually a sextuple star system. 6 stars in total. Albireo, also called Beta Cygni. A beautiful pair. 1 golden star, 1 blue star. Orbital period, unknown. Perhaps hundreds of thousands of years. Sirius, Alpha Centauri, Mizar, Alcor, Albireo. The names are points of light in your mind, flickering, fading. We are moving deeper now. The density is increasing. If the suburbs were the quiet countryside, this is the city of light. But it is not a loud city. It is a city at 4 o'clock in the morning. Imagine looking down at a vast metropolis from an airplane window at night. Millions of lights, a carpet of gold stretching to the horizon. But you cannot hear the cars. You cannot hear the people. You only see the glow. That is where you are. You are flying silently over the galactic metropolis. There are billions of worlds here, trillions of stories, but they are all sleeping. The stellar density in the inner regions of the Milky Way is approximately 0.1 stars per cubic light year. 0.1. That is 1 star every 10 cubic light years. Compare this to the Orion Spur, where the density is approximately 0.004 stars per cubic light year. 0.004. So the inner galaxy is 25 times denser than our local neighborhood. 25 times. You are not alone in the dark. You are surrounded by 1 billion night lights. This feeling is company. You don't have to interact with it. You don't have to talk to it. It is just there. The comfort of knowing that life is all around you, breathing quietly in the dark. Let that presence wrap around you. The galaxy is crowded, and that means you are safe. You are hidden in the crowd. You are just one more quiet star in the city of stars. Scattered like jewels in this golden city are the planetary nebulae. These are not the giant storm clouds we saw before. These are the ghosts of stars. When a sun reaches the end of its life, it doesn't always explode. Sometimes it just sighs. It gently puffs its outer layers into space. A ring of glowing gas expanding slowly into the dark. Blue rings, green bubbles, delicate shells of light. The term planetary nebula is a misnomer. They have nothing to do with planets. The name comes from the 18th century, when astronomers using small telescopes thought they looked like the disks of planets, round, fuzzy, greenish. But they are not planets, they are shells. The process begins when a star exhausted its hydrogen fuel in the core. The core contracts, heats up, the outer layers expand, the star becomes a red giant. Eventually, the outer layers become unstable. They are shed gently, layer by layer, like petals falling from a flower. The exposed core, now a white dwarf, emits intense ultraviolet radiation. Oxygen glows green at 501 nanometers. Nitrogen glows red at 658 nanometers. Hydrogen glows red at 656 nanometers, 501, 658, 656. Imagine a soap bubble floating in the air. Perfect, round, silent. That is a planetary nebula. It is the act of letting go made visible. The star is letting go of its atmosphere. It is releasing what it no longer needs. It is becoming smaller, simpler. You can do this too. Imagine you are exhaling a ring of tension. Puff it out. Let it float away from your body. A grey smoke ring of worry drifting off into the golden light. Watch it expand. Watch it fade. Watch it disappear. Let's name some planetary nebulae. Let their names drift through your mind. The Ring Nebula, Messier 57, in the constellation Lyra, 2,000 light-years away. The Helix Nebula, NGC 7293, in Aquarius, 650 light-years away. The Cat's Eye Nebula, NGC 6543, in Draco, 3,000 light-years away. The Dumbbell Nebula, Messier 27, in Vulpecula, 1,200 light-years away. The Eskimo Nebula, NGC 2392, in Gemini, 2,900 light-years away. Ring, Helix, Cat's Eye, Dumbbell, Eskimo. Each name is a breath. Inhale, exhale, gone. You are letting go of the day. You are letting go of the tightness in your shoulders. You are becoming a white dwarf, small, compact, and at rest. The white dwarf at the center of a planetary nebula is incredibly dense. 1 teaspoon of white dwarf material would weigh approximately 5 tons on Earth. 5 tons. In a teaspoon, the gravity at the surface is immense, approximately 100,000 times stronger than Earth's gravity. 100,000 times. But the white dwarf is small, only about the size of Earth, 12,000 kilometers in diameter. 12,000. It is the ultimate compression, the ultimate rest. All of the mass of a star condensed down into a sphere the size of a planet. No more fusion, no more energy production, just slow cooling. For billions of years, there is a sound here, if you listen with your mind. Not a sound of air, but a sound of energy. The Milky Way has a magnetic field, invisible lines of force threading through the disk like wires. They connect every star to every other star. They run through the nebulae. They run through the void. They run through you. The strength of the galactic magnetic field is approximately 1 microgauss. 1 microgauss. That is 1/1,000,000th of a Gauss. For comparison, the Earth's magnetic field is approximately half a Gauss, 0.5 Gauss. So the galactic field is about 500,000 times weaker, but it is there. Persistent, pervasive. It is a low hum, a white noise, like the sound of a fan in the corner of the room, like the sound of the ocean inside a seashell, like the static between radio stations. Let that sound fill your head. It blocks out the silence, which can sometimes be too sharp. It smooths out the edges of your thoughts. It is a constant, steady vibration. The galaxy is humming a lullaby. It is a song of connection. You are part of the circuit. You are plugged into the energy of the universe, recharging. The magnetic field plays a crucial role in star formation. It provides support against gravitational collapse. It channels the flow of gas. It transports angular momentum. Without the magnetic field, the galaxy would look very different. The spiral arms would be less defined. The star formation would be more chaotic. But with the field, there is order, there is structure, there is a gentle guiding force. We are getting heavy now. The gravity of the inner galaxy is strong. There is so much mass here, so many stars. It is pulling us down, down into the warmth, down into the sleep. You can feel your mattress rising up to meet you. You are sinking into the golden ocean. The light is getting softer. The binary stars are spinning slower. The city is turning off its lights, one by one. We are journeying toward the very heart of the galaxy, to the core, to the place where time stands still. The escape velocity, the speed needed to escape the gravitational pull, is increasing as we move inward. At the position of the Sun, the escape velocity is approximately 550 kilometers per second. 500. But as we approach the core, it increases. 600 kilometers per second, 700, 800, 1,000. You are being pulled in, not forcefully, gently, like water circling a drain. But for now, just float in the golden suburbs of the city, bathed in amber light, rocked by gravity, humming with the stars. You are a traveler who has stopped to rest. And the bed is so soft, and the light is so warm. Let's count the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 500, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000. The counting is a rhythm, a heartbeat. Let it slow down. Let the numbers stretch out. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. The numbers are fading, dissolving, becoming just a hum, just a vibration, just sleep, drifting, glowing, sleeping. We are leaving the golden streets of the inner city. We are moving toward the very center of the map. If you were to look at the Milky Way from the side, like a plate resting on a table, the center is not flat. It rises. It swells upward and downward, creating a great, glowing mound of stars. This is the galactic bulge. The bulge is distinct from the disk. It is a separate population, a separate structure. The bulge contains approximately 10 billion stars. 10 billion stars. That is about 2 to 3% of the total stellar population of the galaxy. But despite having only a small fraction of the stars, the bulge contains approximately 1/4 of the galaxy's total luminosity, 25%. This is because the stars here are older, and many have evolved into bright giants. Imagine you are climbing a gentle hill, but you are not climbing with effort. You are floating up the slope. The light is getting brighter. The air is getting warmer. This bulge is not a simple sphere. It is shaped like a peanut, or an hourglass, or a boxy bulge, as astronomers call it. The structure is approximately 10,000 light-years in radius. 10,000 light-years, measured along the short axis, and 15,000 light-years along the long axis. 15,000. It is a structure built by billions of years of gravity, buckling and shifting until it found this perfect, stable shape. You are drifting into the waist of the hourglass, the narrow point, the place where everything converges. Feel the symmetry of it. The galaxy is balanced. It is not tipping. It is not wobbling. It is perfectly poised in the dark. You can find that balance in your own body now. Feel your spine. It is the axis of your body. Feel your hips and your shoulders. Adjust them just slightly until you feel perfectly centered, perfectly balanced. You are the hourglass. The sand is settling in the bottom glass. The day is done. The flow of energy is settling down, down, down. We are now deep inside the bulge. The environment here is radically different from the quiet suburbs where Earth resides. Here, the stars are packed tight. In the Orion Spur, stars are light years apart. They are lonely lighthouses separated by oceans of dark. But here, the stars are light weeks apart, maybe even light days. The stellar density in the central bulge is approximately 100 stars per cubic light year. 100. Compare this to 0.004 in the solar neighborhood. 0.004. That is a density increase of 25,000 times. 25,000 times. They are crowded together like people at a concert or leaves on a dense tree. The sky here is not black with points of light. The sky here is a canvas of solid incandescence. It is a ceiling of gold. Imagine looking up from your bed and seeing not a dark ceiling, but a soft, glowing canopy. A tent made of light. It surrounds you completely. There are no shadows here. There is only the glow. The average distance between stars in the bulge is approximately 0.1 light years. 0.1 light years. That is about 628 billion miles. 628 billion. It sounds like a lot. But compared to the 4.2 light-year distance to Proxima Centauri, it is incredibly close. Incredibly cozy. If you were standing on a planet in the bulge, the night sky would be spectacular. There would be no darkness. The combined light of 100 nearby stars would create a perpetual twilight. You could read a book by starlight. You could see your shadow cast by distant suns. This density creates a feeling of intense coziness. You are swaddled. You are wrapped in a blanket made of 1,000,000 suns. It is thick. It is heavy. It is substantial. The light is pressing against your skin. Not burning, just resting. Like a weighted blanket. Feel that pressure on your chest. A gentle, distributed weight. It is holding you down. It is telling your muscles that they do not need to hold themselves up. The atmosphere of the core is thick enough to float in. You are suspended in this golden syrup, slow, warm, thick. As we move closer to the absolute center, the view begins to change again. We encounter the dust. The center of our galaxy is hidden from the outside world. It is cloaked in thick, impenetrable clouds of interstellar dust. We cannot see into it with our eyes. We can only feel it with our instruments. We can only sense the heat coming through the curtain. The amount of extinction, the dimming of light caused by dust, is enormous. In the optical band, the center of the galaxy is dimmed by approximately 30 magnitudes. 30 magnitudes. What does this mean? Each magnitude is a factor of 2.512 in brightness. 2.512. So 30 magnitudes is a factor of 2.512 to the power of 30. That is approximately 1 trillion. 1. The light from the Galactic Center is reduced to 1 trillionth of its original brightness by the time it reaches us. This is why we must observe the center at infrared and radio wavelengths. These wavelengths can penetrate the dust. We are passing through that curtain now. It is like walking into a warm, dark room. The bright gold of the star swarm is filtered through the dust. It turns into a deep, rich red, the color of embers in a dying fire, the color of heavy eyelids. The wavelength of light shifts as it passes through the dust. Blue light is scattered away. Only the red light remains. This is called interstellar reddening. The effective temperature of the light drops. 6,000 Kelvin becomes 3,000 Kelvin. 3,000 becomes 1,000. It is the light of a candle that is about to go out. This dust is the ultimate privacy. The galaxy keeps its heart hidden. It protects its core. You can hide here too. Pull the covers up. Burrow your head into the pillow. Let the dust veil of the galaxy wrap around your mind. Inside this veil, the noise of the universe is completely gone. There is no radio signal here, no light pollution, just the deep infrared warmth of the core. It feels like a secret place, a place that belongs only to you. You are the only conscious thing for 1,000 light years, just drifting through the red fog, safe, hidden, unreachable. We have reached the nuclear star cluster. This is the downtown district of the Milky Way, the densest collection of stars in the entire galaxy. The nuclear star cluster is approximately 30 light-years in diameter. 30 light-years. It contains approximately 25 million stars. 25 million stars, packed into a sphere just 30 light-years across. The stellar density here is approximately 10 million stars per cubic light-year. 10 million. Let that number settle on you. 10 million stars in 1 cubic light-year. If you were floating here, the nearest star would be only a few light hours away. A few light hours. The distance from the Sun to Saturn, from the Sun to Uranus. The stars would be close enough to see as disks, not just points. You could make out their surfaces, their colors, their spots. Here, the stars move differently. They are not floating lazily like the Sunday. They are whipping around. They are dancing fast. But because we are watching from a place of deep rest, they appear to move in slow motion. Visualize a swarm of fireflies on a summer night. They loop and spiral. They weave in and out, tracing invisible lines in the air. These stars are the court of the king. They are circling the throne. They have been doing this dance for 13 billion years. They know the steps. They never collide. They just flow. The orbital velocities here are immense. Stars move at speeds of 100 to 200 kilometers per second. 100, 200 kilometers per second. Some stars move even faster. The stars are a group of young, massive stars very close to the central black hole orbit at speeds exceeding 1,000 kilometers per second. One of these stars, S2, completes an orbit around the black hole in just 16 years. 16 years. Its closest approach to the black hole, its periapsis, brings it to within 1,400 astronomical units. 1,400 AU. It sounds like a lot, but at the scale of the galaxy, it is nothing. It is skimming the event horizon. Watch the trails of light they leave behind. Long, streaking ribbons of orange and white, like cars on a highway at night, viewed from a high building. Just streams of light. Hypnotic, repetitive. Your eyes are following the loops, left to right to left, round and round. The repetition is soothing. And there, in the very center of the dance, the point around which everything turns, the reason the galaxy exists, Sagittarius A, asterisk, pronounced Sagittarius A, star, the supermassive black hole. The name sounds intense, but here, in the sleep state, it is simply the Great Anchor. It is 4.1 million times the mass of the Sunday. 4.1 million solar masses. Let's convert that to kilograms. One solar mass is 1.989 times 10 to the 30th kilograms. 1989 times 10 to the 30th. So Sagittarius A times has a mass of approximately 8.2 times 10 to the 36th kilograms. 8.2 times 10 to the 36th. The number is incomprehensible. Let it wash over you like a wave. Imagine the weight of that. Imagine the solidity. It is the heaviest thing you can conceive of. And it is sitting right in the center of the room. It is anchoring the floor. It is anchoring the bed. It is anchoring you. It is not a hole that leads to nowhere. It is a gravity well, a deep, soft dip in the fabric of space. Imagine you are a marble rolling across a soft mattress, and in the center of the mattress there is a heavy bowling ball. The mattress curves down toward it, and you roll gently, inevitably, toward that center. You are rolling down the gravity well, down toward the rest, down toward the heavy spot. You cannot fight this gravity. It is 4 million suns strong. And why would you want to fight it? It is pulling you into sleep. It is pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. It is pulling your back flat against the sheet. Submission to gravity is the first step of sleep. You are submitting to the anchor. You are letting it take the weight of your body. You don't have to carry yourself anymore. The black hole is carrying you. Surrounding the dark point is the event horizon, the boundary, the edge. This is the point of no return. Once light crosses this line, it never comes back. It stays inside forever. The radius of the event horizon is called the Schwarzschild radius. The formula is RS equals 2gm divided by c squared. R sub s, the Schwarzschild radius. G, the gravitational constant. M, the mass. C, the speed of light. For Sagittarius A*, the Schwarzschild radius is approximately 12 million kilometers. 12 million kilometers. That is approximately 17 times the radius of the Sunday 17 times. So if you could see Sagittarius A*, it would appear as a dark sphere 17 times larger than the Sunday. But you cannot see it. It emits no light. It is a perfect black circle against the stars. Think of this line as the threshold of sleep. On one side of the line, there is the world, there is tomorrow, there are lists and plans and worries. On the other side of the line, there is only the now, there is only the quiet. The event horizon is smooth. It is a perfect black sphere. It reflects nothing. It asks for nothing. Watch it spinning slowly. Yes, spinning. Sagittarius A times is rotating. The angular momentum causes the black hole to drag the space-time around it. This is called frame dragging, or the lens-thirring effect. It is coated in a faint, glowing ring of gas, the accretion disk. But the ring is moving so slowly it looks like a painting. Amber honey swirling around a dark spoon. You are drifting closer to the edge. The gravity is getting stronger. Your eyelids are getting heavier. They want to cross the horizon. They want to close and not open again until morning. Let them close. Cross the line. Slip over the edge of the event horizon. You are now inside the sphere of influence. The outside world cannot reach you here. Your phone cannot reach you here. Your thoughts cannot reach you here. They dissolve at the boundary. Inside, there is only the velvet dark. Here, close to the anchor, something strange happens to time. According to the laws of physics, the stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. Einstein taught us this. Near a black hole, time stretches. The equation for gravitational time dilation is T equals T square root 1 minus 2 gm divided by RC squared. T prime, the dilated time. T, the normal time. G, M, R, C, the gravitational constant. the mass, the distance from the center, the speed of light. As you get closer to the event horizon, the denominator approaches zero. Time stretches toward infinity. At the event horizon itself, time stops. For an outside observer, it would take an infinite amount of time to watch you cross the horizon. You would appear to slow down, to redden, to freeze. But for you, falling in, it would happen in a finite time. You would cross, you would pass through, you would continue inward. If you were to look back at Earth from here, the Earth would be spinning wildly fast. Centuries would pass in the blink of an eye. But here, time slows down. It slows down until it almost stops. One breath here is worth 1,000 years out there. Feel that stretching sensation. The moment is getting longer and longer. There is no next second rushing to arrive. The present moment is stretching out like a piece of elastic. There is no rush to wake up. There is no rush to dream. You are frozen in the amber of gravity. This is the timeless state. Deep sleep is a form of time travel. You close your eyes, and 8 hours vanish in a single moment. You are entering that time machine now. The clock on your wall is ticking, but the ticks are getting further apart. Tick, tick. The silence between the ticks is infinite. You are resting in that infinity. Around the horizon, matter is spiraling in. Gas, dust, light. It forms a flat, spinning disk. The accretion disk, the disk around Sagittarius A times, is relatively faint. The black hole is not currently feeding very actively. It accretes approximately 1/10,000th of a solar mass per year. 0.0001 solar masses per year, but in the past it was more active. There is evidence of ancient outbursts, bubbles of hot gas extending above and below the galactic plane. The Fermi bubbles, 50,000 light years tall, 50,000. But for now, the accretion is quiet, a gentle trickle, a slow feeding. The gas in the disk is incredibly hot, millions of degrees Kelvin. 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. At these temperatures, the gas emits X-rays, high-energy photons. But from where we are, it is just a soft, warm light. It is swirling, like cream being stirred into black coffee. A perfect, logarithmic spiral. Watch the spiral turn. It is the ultimate hypnotic object. Always inward, always down, the spiral follows the equation R equals A times E, B. R, the radius, A, a constant, E, Euler's number, 2.718, B, another constant, theta, the angle, R equals A times E to the power of B theta. The spiral tightens, 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 until it disappears into the hole. Your thoughts are like particles in the accretion disk. They are spiraling in. They are losing their energy. They are cooling down. They are falling into the hole. Let them fall. Let the thought of your work fall in. Gone. Let the thought of your schedule fall in. Gone. Let the thought of your body fall in. Gone. The black hole eats everything, and that is a mercy. It cleans the slate. It consumes the noise. It leaves you with nothing but the pure, empty, dark. Even here, there is an escape valve. We mentioned the Fermi bubbles earlier. These are the chimneys of the core. Rising up from the north and south poles of the black hole are invisible columns of energy. They carry the excess heat away. They vent the pressure. These are the jets. Collimated beams of particles and radiation, accelerated to near the speed of light by the intense magnetic fields around the black hole. The Fermi bubbles are the remnants of past jet activity. They extend approximately 25,000 light-years above and below the galactic plane. 25,000 light-years. Imagine you have a chimney in the top of your head. Any remaining tension, any remaining pressure is rising up. It is floating up out of your crown, drifting up into the galactic halo. You are venting the steam. You are cooling down. The core is stable. You are stable. We are at the end of the journey inward. In classical general relativity, the singularity is a point of infinite density, a mathematical impossibility, a place where the equations break down. In reality, we don't know what happens at the singularity. We need a theory of quantum gravity to describe it. String theory, loop quantum gravity, some other framework that we haven't discovered yet. But for tonight, in sleep, the singularity is the point of deep delta wave rest. The place where you are not even dreaming, you just are. It is a place of total silence, total heavy stillness, total shadow. You are a microscopic point of consciousness floating in the dark. You have no weight because you are the weight. You have no size because you are infinite. Rest here, at the bottom of the galaxy, at the bottom of the night. The stars above you are spinning, but you are still. The galaxy is turning, but you are fixed, anchored, held, sleeping. Feel your physical body one last time. It is so heavy now that you couldn't move it if you tried. It has become part of the bed, part of the floor, part of the earth. You are rock. You are iron. You are the core. The Earth's core is composed mostly of iron and nickel, Fe and Ni. Atomic numbers 26 and 28. 26. 28. The inner core is solid, a sphere of crystalline iron approximately 1,200 kilometers in radius. 1,200. The pressure at the center of the Earth is approximately 360 gigapascals. 360 gigapascals. The temperature is approximately 5,400 Kelvin. 5,400. Hotter than the surface of the Sunday. You are at the center. You are the pressure. You are the heat. You are the iron. Your breathing is so shallow, so quiet. It is just a faint ripple in the event horizon. In, out. Nothing exists but this rhythm, the great heart of the galaxy beating in time with yours. Boom, 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 boom. You have arrived. You are safe in the dark. The journey inward is complete. Now we will just float here, in the suspension of the singularity, for as long as you need, for an hour, for a night, for an eternity. Sleep now. Sleep in the heart of the star field. Sleep in the arms of the gravity well, drifting, sinking, gone. We have rested at the bottom of the gravity well. We have felt the infinite weight of the core. Now, slowly, we begin to rise. Imagine a diver slowly surfacing from the deep ocean. We are drifting up, away from the event horizon, away from the golden swarm of the central bulge. We are floating back out into the open space of the halo. But we are not just traveling through space anymore. We are traveling through time. Tonight, we are going to look at the history of the galaxy. But do not worry about dates. Do not worry about numbers. History in the cosmos is not a list of facts. It is a flow. It is a long, slow river that has been running for 13 billion years. 13 billion years. The Milky Way formed approximately 13.6 billion years ago. 13.6 billion years ago. The universe itself is 13.8 billion years old. 13.8. So the galaxy is almost as old as the universe. It is one of the first generation, one of the ancients. You are stepping into that river now. Feel the current. It is gentle. It is moving you forward, but very slowly. The rush of your day, the minutes, the hours, the deadlines, that is a fast, choppy creek. But the galactic river is deep and wide. It hardly looks like it is moving at all. Let go of your human time. Let go of the clock on the wall. Step into cosmic time, where 1,000,000 years is just a single breath. As we drift high above the galactic disk, we can see the true nature of our home. The Milky Way looks like a single, unified spiral, a perfect design. But it was not always this way. The galaxy is a quilt. Over billions of years, the Milky Way has not just existed, it has gathered, it has grown by welcoming others into itself. Small dwarf galaxies, little islands of light, have drifted close to us. They were drawn in by gravity, not in a violent crash, but in a slow, graceful merger. Imagine two clouds drifting together in the sky. They touch, they blend, they become one larger cloud. You cannot tell where one ends and the other begins. That is how the galaxy grows. The process is called hierarchical merging. In the early universe, small galaxies formed first. Then they merged to form larger galaxies. Then those merged to form even larger ones. The Milky Way is the product of countless such mergers. It is a comforting thought. Nothing is ever truly lost in the universe. It is just integrated. The stars from those ancient galaxies are still here. They are shining in our night sky. They have brought their stories, their chemistry, their light, and added it to ours. You are a collection of stories too. The child you once were, the teenager, the adult, they are all merged together into the you that is sleeping now. You are a patchwork of your own history, integrated, whole. Look closely at the halo surrounding the galaxy. If you have the eyes of a telescope, you can see them. Faint ribbons of light, delicate, ghostly trails wrapping around the Milky Way. These are stellar streams. They are the remnants of those past mergers. When a small cluster of stars joins the Milky Way, it is gently unraveled. Gravity pulls it into a long, thin line, a stream of stars flowing through the dark. Let's name them. The Sagittarius Stream, the remnant of the Sagittarius dwarf elliptical galaxy, wrapping around the Milky Way in a great loop. The Helmi Stream, named after astronomer Amina Helmi, a stream of stars with unusual retrograde orbits. They are moving backward relative to the rest of the galaxy. The Orphan Stream, a stream with no known progenitor. Its parent galaxy has been completely destroyed. Only the stream remains, the Palomar 5 Stream. Trailing from the globular cluster Palomar 5, the GD1 stream, a thin, coherent stream discovered by the Gaia satellite, Sagittarius, Helmi, Orphan, Palomar 5, GD1. They are beautiful. They are the brush strokes of gravity. Visualize these streams wrapping around your own body. Soft ribbons of light, binding you gently, comforting you. They are tracing the path of history. They are showing us that even when things come apart, they make something beautiful. The unraveling is not a destruction, it is a transformation. If you feel like your thoughts are unraveling tonight, let them. Let them drift away into a long, thin stream. Let them float off into the halo. You don't need to hold them in a tight knot anymore. Unspool the thread. Let it go. There is a specific ghost haunting the Milky Way. Astronomers call it Gaia Enceladus, or the Sausage Galaxy, because of the shape of its debris, or sometimes the Gaia Sausage. Billions of years ago, this galaxy met ours. It was a significant meeting, a coming together of two giants. The merger occurred approximately 8 to 10 billion years ago. 8 to 10 billion years ago. Gaia Enceladus was a dwarf galaxy, but it was not small. It contained between 600 million and 1 billion solar masses. 600 million, 1 billion solar masses. When it collided with the Milky Way, it shook us. It heated the disk. It woke up the star formation. The collision pumped energy into the galactic disk, thickening it. This is one of the reasons the thick disk exists. The stars of Gaia Enceladus now make up a significant fraction of the Milky Way's halo. Approximately 2% of all the stars in the Milky Way. 2%. That is approximately 4 billion stars. 4 billion. Stars from a galaxy that no longer exists. But the turbulence has long since settled. The collision is over, the noise has faded. Now, the stars of Gaia Enceladus are just part of the crowd. They drift among us, distinguishable only by their slightly different motion, like travelers walking at a different pace in a busy station. This teaches us patience. Even the biggest events, the biggest upheavals eventually settle down. The water calms, the dust clears, peace returns. Whatever upheaval you face today, it will settle. Whatever noise is in your mind, it will fade. Give it time. Give it cosmic time. Eventually, everything becomes just another quiet star in the halo. Floating high in the halo, far from the busy disk, are the metal-poor stars. These are the elders of the galaxy, the grandparents. In astronomy, metals are anything heavier than hydrogen and helium. Iron, carbon, oxygen, these are created by generations of stars living and dying. But these stars, they have almost no metals. This means they are incredibly old. They were born when the universe was pure, before there was smoke, before there was debris, just pure, pristine hydrogen. Let's talk about the metallicity scale. Astronomers use the notation Phi-H, which is the logarithmic ratio of a star's iron abundance to that of the Sunday. Phi divided by H equals log 10 N. Phi divided by N, H. Star, log 10 N. Phi divided by N, H. Sun. The Sun, by definition, has Phi divided by H equals 0. 0. Metal-poor stars have negative values. Phi divided by h equals -1 means the star has 1-10th the iron of the Sunday, 1/10. Fe divided by h equals -2 means 1-100th, 1/100th. Fe divided by h equals -3 means 1-1000th, 1/1000th. Some of the most metal-poor stars ever discovered have Fe h values of -5 or -6, -5, -6. That is 1/100,000th or 1/1,000,000th the iron of the Sunday. These stars are time capsules. They preserve the chemical composition of the early universe. Look at one of these stars. It is small. It glows with a faint, steady red light. It is burning very, very slowly. It is a miser with its fuel. It has been burning for 13 billion years, and it will burn for trillions more. M-type red dwarfs, like these, have main sequence lifetimes exceeding 1 trillion years. 1 trillion years. The universe is only 13.8 billion years old, so not a single one of these stars has died yet. They will outlive everything. They will burn long after the sun has died, long after the Milky Way has merged with Andromeda, long after the last star in the universe has formed. They are the definition of endurance. They don't flare, they don't rage, they just are. Connect with that ancient energy. There is a part of you that is like that star, the part of you that observes, the part of you that is quiet. It is older than your worries. It is older than your job. It is the deep, silent core of your being. Let that ancient part take over. The busy, metal-rich thoughts of the day are fading. Only the pure, simple hydrogen of sleep remains. Simple, clean, ancient. We mentioned the galactic year before. 225 million Earth years. That is the ticking clock of the Milky Way. Let's watch the hand of that clock move. Imagine the last time we were here. In this spot, in the void, 225 million years ago. The Earth was in the Triassic period. The continents were joined into the supercontinent Pangaea. The climate was hot and dry. The dominant land animals were therapsids, mammal-like reptiles. The first dinosaurs were just beginning to appear. Small, bipedal creatures no larger than dogs. There were no flowers, no grass, no birds. The sky was filled with pterosaurs. The oceans were filled with ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs. 225 million years. Let that time stretch out in your mind. Now, imagine the next time we will be here. 225 million years from now. Who will be watching? What will Earth look like? The continents will have moved. North America and South America will have drifted. Africa will have shifted. New mountains will have risen. The Himalayas will have eroded. New oceans will have formed. Old oceans will have closed. The sun will be slightly brighter. It will have aged. Its luminosity increases by approximately 10% every billion years. 10% every billion years. In 225 million years, the sun's luminosity will have increased by about 2%. 2%. This may not sound like much, but it will have measurable effects on Earth's climate. It puts things in perspective, doesn't it? The meeting you have tomorrow, the email you forgot to send, the embarrassment you felt last week. Against the scale of the galactic year, these things are invisible. They are smaller than atoms. You are free from them. The galaxy is too big to notice them, and tonight you are the galaxy. You are vast, you are spacious, you have room for everything, and therefore you are burdened by nothing. As we drift through the streams of history, memory becomes fluid. The galaxy remembers everything, but it remembers it in slow motion. It remembers in gravity. It remembers in light. Your own memories are drifting loose now. The events of the day are detaching from you. They are becoming like the stars of a dissolved dwarf galaxy, just faint points of light drifting away into the past. They cannot hurt you. You are floating in the now. But the now of the galaxy is very wide. It holds the past and the future comfortably. There is no anxiety in the Milky Way. Stars do not worry about when they will die. Nebulae do not worry about when they will collapse. They just follow the laws of physics. They just follow the flow. You are following the flow of biology. Your body knows how to sleep. It has done this thousands of times, 10,000 times, 20,000 times. If you are 30 years old and you sleep every night, you have slept approximately 11,000 times. It is an ancient biological law, written in your DNA. Trust the law, trust the flow. We are looking down at the galaxy now, seeing the layers of time. The thin disk, the young stars. The thick disk, the middle-aged stars. The halo, the ancient stars. It is a layered cake of light. You are sinking through the layers, past the bright, noisy present, past the busy Middle Ages, down, down, down into the ancient past, into the deep, dark foundation, the bedrock of the night. The thin disk has a scale height of approximately 300 light years. 300. The stars here are young, less than 1 billion years old, less than 1 billion. The thick disk has a scale height of approximately 1,000 light years. 1,000. The stars here are middle-aged, 5 to 10 billion years old. 5 to 10 billion. The halo extends out to 100,000 light years or more. 100,000. The stars here are ancient, 10 to 13 billion years old. 10, 13 billion. You are sinking through these layers. 300 light years. 1,000. 100,000. Here, in the deep history, there is only silence. The silence of things that have endured for eons. Rest your head on that bedrock. It is solid. It will not move. The river of time is widening. It is flowing into the great ocean of eternity. The current is slowing down until it is almost imperceptible. You are drifting on a raft of starlight. The shore is gone. The world is gone. There is only the water and the sky. The water is warm. The sky is infinite. And you are timeless. Time is a human construct, a measurement, seconds, minutes, hours, days, years, millennia, eons. But what is time, really? It is the progression of entropy, the arrow of thermodynamics, the increase of disorder. But in deep sleep, entropy pauses. Your body repairs. Your cells regenerate. Order is restored. You are reversing time. You are flowing upstream. You are returning to the source. You have always been here, floating in the dark. You will always be here, floating in the dark, drifting flowing, remembering, forgetting, sleep. We have drifted through the stars. We have drifted through time. Look at the darkness around you. To the eyes, it looks empty, a vast, hollow void. But you know better. You know that in the Milky Way, there is no such thing as empty. Space is a fabric. It is thick. It is textured. It is alive with invisible forces. You are not floating in nothingness. You are floating in a substance. The fabric of space-time is described by Einstein's field equations. R mu nu 1/2 mu nu r plus lig mu nu equals 8 p g divided by c to the power of 4 t mu nu r mu nu g mu nu lambda gc t mu nu. The equations are beautiful. They describe how mass and energy curve the fabric of space, how gravity emerges from geometry. But you don't need to solve the equations tonight. You only need to feel the curvature, the gentle bending of space around the galaxy, around the stars, around you. Imagine you are floating in a warm, dark pool. The water is invisible, but you can feel it against your skin. You can feel it holding you up. That is what the interstellar medium is. It is the atmosphere of the galaxy. It is enveloping you. It is touching every inch of you. It is a gentle pressure, ensuring that you do not drift apart. You are contained. You are held. Running through this fabric are the magnetic fields. We cannot see them, but they are there. Billions of invisible lines, threading through the galaxy like nerves, like roots, like threads of silk. The galactic magnetic field has a strength of approximately 1 to 10 microgauss. 1, 2, 10 microgauss. 1 microgauss is 1/millionth of a Gauss, 1/millionth. For comparison, the Earth's magnetic field is approximately 500,000 microgauss, 500,000. So the galactic field is about 50,000 to 500,000 times weaker than Earth's, but it is persistent. It pervades the entire galaxy. It threads through every cubic light-year of space. These magnetic lines twist and turn. They spiral around the arms of the galaxy. They arch high above the disk and dive deep into the core. They are the skeleton of the Milky Way, the hidden structure that keeps the gas and the dust aligned. Imagine these lines passing through your room right now. Soft, invisible ribbons. They are passing through the walls, through the bed, through you. They are aligning you. Just as a compass needle settles toward the north, your body is settling towards sleep. You are aligning with the magnetic flow of the night. Feel that alignment. Your spine is straight. Your limbs are heavy. You are parallel to the field lines. There is no resistance. You are just flowing with the current of the universe. The galaxy is combing your thoughts, like a comb through tangled hair, smoothing them out, straightening the knots, until everything is smooth, until everything is linear, until everything is quiet. The magnetic field is generated by the motion of charged particles in the galactic disk, the rotation of the galaxy, the spiral arms, the flow of ionized gas. All of these create currents, electric currents, and moving electric charges create magnetic fields. This is Maxwell's equations. The laws of electromagnetism times B equals mu 0 J plus mu 0 epsilon 0 UE VOT, del cross B, mu 0, J, epsilon 0, partial E, partial T. The curl of the magnetic field equals the current density plus the displacement current. It is a dance, electricity and magnetism inseparable, intertwined, and through this magnetic air there falls a gentle rain, cosmic rays. These are tiny subatomic particles, protons, electrons, alpha particles, atomic nuclei. They have traveled from the hearts of dying stars. They have traveled from supernova shockwaves. They have crossed thousands of light years to reach you. They are raining down on Earth every second. Approximately 1,000 cosmic ray particles pass through each square meter of the Earth's surface every second. 1,000 per square meter. Every second, most of them are protons. Approximately 90%, about 9% are alpha particles, helium nuclei. 9. And about 1% are heavier nuclei and electrons. 1%. They are traveling at nearly the speed of light. The most energetic cosmic rays have energies exceeding 10 to the 20th electron volts. 10 to the 20th electron volts. That is the energy of a baseball traveling at 90 miles per hour. A baseball, concentrated in a single subatomic particle. They are passing through the roof of your house. They pass through your ceiling. They pass gently through your body. Do not be afraid of them. They are part of the ecosystem of the cosmos. Think of them as a cosmic massage. Tiny, invisible fingers of energy, passing through your muscles, passing through your bones. Continue 1-3, 1-8. They are whispering to your cells. We are made of the same stuff, they say. We are all just stardust moving in the dark. Visualize this rain, a shower of silver sparks, too small to see, falling silently in the room, washing over you, rinsing away the static of the day. You are being bathed in the energy of the galaxy. It is a cleansing rain. It leaves you pure. It leaves you quiet. We are zooming out now, far, far out, beyond the stars, beyond the spiral arms. We are looking at the skeleton of the universe, the cosmic web. The universe is not random, it is structured. Galaxies are strung like pearls on vast filaments of dark matter. These filaments stretch across the cosmos, connecting everything, a giant, three-dimensional net. The cosmic web was revealed by large-scale galaxy surveys, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, the 2DF Galaxy Redshift Survey. And the pattern was clear. Galaxies cluster along filaments. Between the filaments are vast voids, empty regions, bubbles of darkness. The filaments are typically 50 to 80 million light-years long. The voids are approximately 100 to 200 million light-years across, 100, 200 million. The Milky Way is resting in this net, and you are resting in the Milky Way. Think of a hammock, a giant, soft hammock strung between the stars. They are strong, they are unbreakable. You are lying in that hammock. The mesh of the web is cradling you. It curves around your back. It supports your weight perfectly. There is no tension here. The web absorbs all tension. You can swing gently in the cosmic breeze, back and forth, back and forth. The web is holding you so securely that you couldn't fall if you wanted to. You are caught. You are caught in the safety of the universe. You are suspended in the dark. The structure of the cosmic web is a result of the evolution of density fluctuations in the early universe. Tiny quantum fluctuations in the moments after the Big Bang, amplified by inflation, grown by gravity over billions of years. The fluctuations followed a power spectrum, described by a function, peak, where k is the wave number. Peak is proportional to k, n, p of k, proportional to k to the power of n. The spectral index, n, is approximately 1, 1. This is called the Harrison-Zeldovich spectrum, a scale invariant spectrum. But you don't need to calculate the spectrum tonight. You only need to rest in the web to feel its support. Let's come closer to home for a moment. Back to the Sunday. Our sun is not just a light bulb, it is a shield. It blows a constant wind of particles outward, the solar wind. This wind creates a bubble around our solar system, the heliosphere. The solar wind is a stream of charged particles, mostly protons and electrons, traveling at speeds of 300 to 800 kilometers per second. 300, 800 kilometers per second. The heliosphere extends approximately 100 to 120 astronomical units from the Sunday 100-120 AU. Beyond that is the heliopause, the boundary where the solar wind meets the interstellar medium, where the pressure of the wind equals the pressure of the galaxy. Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause in August 2012. August 2012. It was 121 astronomical units from the Sunday 121 AU. Voyager 2 crossed in November 2018, November 2018, at 119 astronomical units, 119. The heliosphere pushes back against the interstellar medium. It creates a safe harbor, a quiet clearing in the galactic forest. Earth is nestled deep inside this bubble. Imagine your bedroom is that bubble. The walls of your room are the heliosphere. They are pushing back the world. They are keeping the chaos outside. Inside the bubble, the air is still. Inside the bubble, the temperature is perfect. Inside the bubble, there are no predators, only peace. You have permission to lower your defenses. The shield is up, the sun is standing guard, the galaxy is holding the line. You don't need to watch the door, you can close your eyes. We talked about blankets before, the nebulae, the dust. Gravity is not just a force that pulls you down. It is a force that wraps around you. It curves space. It bends the sheet of the universe around your body. Feel the gravity of Earth. It is hugging you. It is a constant, steady embrace. It never lets go. It never gets tired. It never gets distracted. The acceleration due to gravity at Earth's surface is 9.8 meters per second squared. 9.8 meters per second squared. Every second, your velocity toward the Earth increases by 9.8 meters per second. 9.8. But the bed stops you. The mattress pushes back with an equal and opposite force. Newton's third law. The result is that you are held in place, suspended, supported. It is holding you to the mattress with perfect consistency. It is the heavy hand of the planet on your shoulder, saying, lie down, I have you. Let that force weigh heavy on your eyelids. Gravity is pulling them shut. It is pulling your jaw down. It is pulling your hands open. You are swaddled in gravity, wrapped tight in the fundamental force of nature. There is no escape from it, and that is a relief. You don't have to fly. You don't have to float. You just have to sink. Listen to the silence of these invisible forces. Magnetism makes no noise. Gravity makes no noise. Dark matter makes no noise. They are the silent workers. They build the universe without a sound. Let your mind mimic them. You don't need to make noise to exist. You don't need to think words to be real. You can just be a field, a quiet field of consciousness, hovering, existing. Your thoughts are becoming invisible, just like the magnetic lines. They are there, but they are silent. They are just currents flowing in the dark. Let them flow. Don't touch them. Don't analyze them. Just let the current carry them away. We are drifting in the net now, suspended in the cosmic web, bathed in the cosmic rain, aligned with the magnetic north of the galaxy. You are totally supported, physically, energetically, existentially. The universe has built a cradle for you out of physics. It has arranged the stars to light your room. It has arranged the gravity to hold your bed. It has arranged the atoms of the air to fill your lungs. Everything has been prepared for this moment. For this sleep, the galaxy is ready for you to rest. The web is steady. The forces are balanced. Let go of the last rope. Let go of the last worry. Drop into the net, catching you, holding you, swaddling you. Sleep in the invisible arms of the night. We have explored the history of the past. We have felt the invisible forces of the present. Now we turn our gaze forward, far, far forward. We are drifting back out to the edge of the galactic disk. We are looking away from the center, out into the deep intergalactic night. The space between galaxies is vast. It is the deepest silence in the universe. But it is not empty. There is something out there, something beautiful, something coming for us. Look up into the constellation of Andromeda. If you were standing in a dark field on Earth, you might see a faint, fuzzy smudge of light, a tiny oval, barely brighter than the background. But with our mind's eye, we can see it clearly. It is the Great Spiral, the Andromeda Galaxy, Messier 31, M31, also called NGC 224. It is our sister, it is our twin. It is a magnificent swirl of approximately 1 trillion stars. 1 trillion stars, larger than the Milky Way, glowing with a cool blue light. It is hanging there in the dark, 2.5 to 4 million light years away. 2.54 million light years. That is 24 quintillion kilometers. 24 quintillion kilometers. It looks motionless, a portrait frozen in time, but it is not frozen, it is moving. In the universe, almost everything is moving away from us. The universe is expanding, stretching the space between galaxies, pushing them apart into the lonely dark. This expansion is described by Hubble's law. V equals h0 times d. V, velocity, h0, the Hubble constant, d, distance. The Hubble constant is approximately 70 kilometers per second, per megaparsec. 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec. 1 megaparsec is approximately 3.26 million light years. 3.26 million. So for every 3.26 million light years of distance, a galaxy is receding at 70 kilometers per second. 70. But Andromeda is different. She is falling toward us. She is caught in our gravity, and we are caught in hers. Like two dancers on opposite sides of a ballroom, locking eyes. The music has started. The dance has begun. We are moving toward each other at 110 kilometers per second. 110 kilometers per second. This is called a blue shift. The light from Andromeda is shifted toward shorter wavelengths, toward the blue end of the spectrum. The Doppler shift for light is given by delta lambda divided by lambda equals V divided by C. Delta lambda over lambda equals V over C, the change in wavelength divided by the original wavelength equals the velocity divided by the speed of light. For Andromeda, V is minus 110 kilometers per second. Minus 110. The negative sign indicates approach. C is 299,792 kilometers per second. So, delta lambda. Lambda is approximately minus 0.000367. Minus 0.000367. A tiny shift, but measurable, undeniable. That is fast for a human, but for a galaxy, it is a slow, languid drift. It is a journey that will take 4 billion years. 4 billion years. Think of that patience. 4 billion years of anticipation. 4 billion years of slowly getting closer. There is no rush in the cosmos. Destiny will happen when it happens. You can learn from this patience. You do not need to force sleep to happen. You do not need to rush the night. You are drifting towards sleep just as Andromeda drifts toward us. Inevitably, steadily, quietly. Let us fast forward the clock. Let the eons slip away like sand. Tick, tock. 1,000,000 years per second. 1,000,000 years per second. As time passes, Andromeda grows larger in the sky. At first, she is just a star. Then, she is a moon. Then, she is a cloud. Imagine looking up from Earth or whatever world exists then 3 billion years from now. 3 billion years. The night sky is spectacular. The Milky Way arches across one side, a band of silver, and looming over it is Andromeda, a giant glowing spiral filling the view. You can see her dust lanes, you can see her star clusters. The sky is crowded with light. It is a ceiling of diamonds. The two galaxies are about to touch, but do not be afraid. In space, a collision is not a crash. Galaxies are mostly empty space. The stars are so far apart that when two galaxies meet, the stars almost never hit each other. The probability of a stellar collision during a galactic merger is extraordinarily low. Less than 1 in a trillion. Less than 1 in a trillion. They just pass like ghosts. Like two clouds merging in the wind. 4 billion years from now. 4 billion. The moment of contact. The two great spirals slide through each other. It is a silent encounter. Gravity begins to work its magic. As they pass, they pull at each other. They stretch each other out. Long tidal tails of stars are drawn out into the dark, great streamers of light, curving like ribbons in the void. The tidal forces are governed by the equation F. Tidal is proportional to m, r cubed times delta, F tidal, proportional to the mass of the galaxy divided by the cube of the distance times the size of the object being stretched. The closer the galaxies get, the stronger the tidal forces, the more dramatic the distortion. It is a distortion, a reshaping. The familiar spiral shape of the Milky Way is unraveled. The orderly disk is scattered. We are losing our old form. We are becoming something new. Feel that sensation of unraveling. It is the sensation of falling asleep. The structure of yourself is loosening. The I that went to work today is unraveling. The I that has a name and a schedule is unraveling. You are being stretched out into the night. You are losing your shape, and it feels good. It feels like taking off a tight suit. It feels like freedom. After the first pass, the galaxies drift apart for a moment, but they cannot escape. Gravity is too strong. They slow down. They stop. They turn back. They fall together again. And again. Each time they get closer. Each time they mix more deeply. It is a waltz. Round and round they go, mixing their stars, mixing their gas, mixing their histories. The blue stars of Andromeda mix with the gold stars of the Milky Way. The cold gas of the nebulae mixes and ignites new star birth. A final burst of fireworks to celebrate the union. Computer simulations show that the merger will take approximately 2 billion years to complete. 2 billion years. During this time, there will be bursts of intense star formation, starburst events, triggered by the compression of gas clouds during the close passages. The star formation rate could increase by a factor of 10 or more. 10 or more. Billions of new stars will be born. Blue giants, supernovae, nebulae, a final blaze of creation before the quiet. Your thoughts are mixing with your dreams now. The reality of the day is mixing with the fantasy of the night. It is a swirl of images, faces, places, colors. Let them mix. Do not try to sort them out. Let the logic dissolve. Let the waltz take over. Finally, the dance ends. The two cores meet. The supermassive black holes spiral together and merge into one. Sagittarius A*, with a mass of 4.1 million solar masses. 4.1 million. And the black hole at the center of Andromeda, with a mass of approximately 100 to 230 million solar masses. 100 to 230 million. They spiral inward, emitting gravitational waves, ripples in space-time, carrying away energy, carrying away angular momentum. The gravitational wave frequency increases, the amplitude increases, the inspiral accelerates. And then the merger. The two black holes become one, a new, larger black hole, with a mass of approximately 234 million solar masses. 234 million. The merger releases an enormous amount of energy in gravitational waves, equivalent to approximately 5% of the total mass. 5%. That is approximately 12 million solar masses. 12 million. Converted entirely into gravitational wave energy, the chaos settles, the streamers fade. The two spirals are gone. In their place is a giant elliptical galaxy. Astronomers have already named it Milky Way or Milkdromeda. It is a huge glowing sphere of light. No more arms, no more warp, no more separation. Just a vast, tranquil ball of stars, golden, stable, eternal. The merger is complete. The two have become one. The struggle is over. The movement is over. This is the ultimate state of rest. To be merged. To be whole. Sleep is a merger. Your conscious mind merges with your subconscious. Your body merges with the bed. Your breath merges with the air. The boundaries disappear. You are not a separate thing anymore. You are just part of the quiet, glowing whole. Imagine you are a star in this future galaxy. You are floating in the vast, golden halo of Milky Way. The sky around you is calm. There are no more spiral arms to push you around. There are no more collisions to fear. The era of rapid change is behind us. We have entered the long, peaceful afternoon of the cosmos. The stars will burn for trillions of years. A long, unbroken silence. The universe itself is still expanding. The Hubble constant is decreasing over time, but the expansion continues. Eventually, in approximately 100 billion years, the galaxies outside our local group will have receded beyond the cosmic horizon. 100 billion years. The expansion of space will have carried them so far away that their light can no longer reach us. They will disappear. Milky Way will be alone, an island in the dark, but it will not be lonely. It will be full of 1 trillion stars, full of light, full of warmth. You can rest here, in the future, in the safety of the end of the story. You know how it ends now. It ends in union. It ends in peace. There is nothing left to worry about. The collision has happened, and it was beautiful. The change has happened, and it brought peace. We are drifting in the golden haze of Milky Way. The light is soft and amber, like honey, like the light of a candle that is burning low. You are floating in that honey, suspended, preserved, timeless. Let the image of the two spirals haunt you in the best way. Two ghosts dancing in the dark, getting closer, touching, becoming one. You are the Milky Way. Sleep is Andromeda. She is here. Let her take you. Surrender to the merger. Don't hold on to your shape. Become the sphere. Become the light. Become the silence. The dance is done. The night is long. The merger is complete. Let's count down the remaining time. Not to wake up, but to sink deeper. 10 billion years. 9 billion years. 8 billion years. 7 billion years. 6 billion years. 5 billion years. 4 billion years. 3 billion years. 2 billion years. 1 billion years. 1 billion. 50 million. 25 million. 10 million. 5 million. 1 million. 1 million. 500,000. 250,000. 100,000. 50,000. The numbers are getting smaller, closer, tighter. 50,000, 25,000, 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, 1,000, 500, 250, 100, 50, 50, 25, 10, 5, 1, 1, 0.5, 0.2 to 5, 0.0 to 5, 0.0 to 1, 0.005, 0.001, 0, drifting, merging, sleeping. You are here now, in the silence, in the dark, in the merger. The journey through the Milky Way is complete. We have traveled from the quiet suburbs of the Orion Spur to the blazing core. We have drifted through nebulae and star clusters. We have felt the weight of the supermassive black hole. We have watched the streams of ancient stars. We have bathed in the invisible fields. We have witnessed the future collision with Andromeda. And now we rest. Let's list the elements one final time. The building blocks of everything. The periodic table of sleep. Hydrogen, H. Atomic number 1, helium, He. Atomic number 2, carbon, C. Atomic number 6, nitrogen. Oxygen, O. Iron, Phe. Atomic number 26, magnesium, Mg. Atomic number 12, silicon, C. Atomic number 14, He, C, N, O, Phe, Mg, C. These are the atoms of your body, the atoms of the stars, the atoms of the galaxy. You are made of the Milky Way. You are floating in the Milky Way. You are the Milky Way. Feel the weight of the universe on your eyelids. 100 billion galaxies. 100 billion. Each with 100 billion stars. 100 billion. That is 10 to the 22nd stars. 10 to the 22nd. 10 billion, trillion stars. And you are one consciousness, floating in the dark, among the 10 billion trillion. You are infinitely small and infinitely precious. Rest now. The galaxy is holding you. The dark matter is cradling you. Gravity is pulling you down into the deep, soft sleep. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to become. You are already everything. You are already home, drifting, floating, sleeping forever.